People have been living in the area of the Vietnam Veterans Trail between the Copeland Festival Foods and Menards on Lang Drive, were cleared out Wednesday by the city of La Crosse. News 19's Roger Staffaroni was there and shares a look at the ongoing plight of La Crosse's unsheltered population.
Instead of kicking them around the city and telling them where they can't go, make a spot where they can go.
The human saga continues as the city of La Crosse started Wednesday morning by clearing out the people who had been living along the Veterans Trail and marsh area. La Crosse Parks and Forestry, along with assistance from La Crosse Police and Fire Departments, took part in the removal of the latest encampment.
My guess is we're not going to finish today.
According to a city release, Veterans Trail and marsh were officially closed in order to protect public health, safety, and environment. The individuals living along the trail once again displaced with no place to go.
You know, our resources are limited right now in terms of housing and shelter, but we're doing what we can to get people connected to the resources that they need for their basic needs.
It was a chaotic scene of people taking what they could carry, loading it up, and leaving on bikes or pushing carts.
These people genuinely need actual help, not to be scrutinized, not to be dehumanized. These are actual people with bigger problems than you realize.
Living and surviving in the outdoors, the day-to-day conditions compounding their collective frustrations.
They need help. They don't need you looking down on them and kicking them around the city like they're cattle.
Connecting people to resources as we can. We have a lot of familiar faces, so we know a lot of the folks down here already, but if there's anyone new, we want to make sure they're on the Pathways to Housing list.
The Pathways program, in its first year of a 5-year plan, is making progress, but it is a 5-year plan. The 7 a.m. reality along Veterans Trail was that the only availability were 2 beds opened up at a local shelter. The other reality, left behind for those tasked with the cleanup, piles of trash, clothes, some furniture, tents, and worse.
The big one is the needles, and then obviously, the human feces is, not one that people like to talk about, but it's all over.
At the Veterans Trail in La Crosse, Roger Staffaroni, WXOW News 19.
Odegaard added that the total cost of the cleanup is still not certain. He planned to go before the city next week and request money from the city's contingency fund.